Hey, James, what's going on, man? You scared the living daylights out of me. What are you doing here?
Well, not much. I just figured I'd pop in and see what you're up to.
What I'm up to? Well, not too much right now. I'm just working on a design for a shoulder plane. I was going to make a plane, and I want to show everybody how I did it. I need a plane for cleaning up tenons and rabbits and stuff.
Like this old beautiful booger?
Yeah, that one's cool. I like that. That's kind of neat. It's an old-fashioned thing. I wanted to make mine kind of modern, kind of sleek. So I ordered some cool hardware. I got a nice blade, and I was going to print out the body of the plane on my CNC machine.
Well, you know there's a better way than that.
Now I know why you're here. You're talking about this challenge where you go around to all the different YouTube makers and you challenge them to make something using just hand tools. So I imagine if you're here now, that means you're going to challenge me to make this plane using nothing but hand tools, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. All right, buddy. Well, I'll take on your challenge. I'll make my plane using nothing but hand tools, but I got one stipulation. If I got to do it, you got to do it. So you go back to your shop, make your plane, I'll make my plane, and we'll compare them at the end. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
Great. Now get out of here.
See you later.
Man, now I gotta make this thing using nothing but hand tools. Who does this guy think he is? Like the YouTube president or something? Owner of the internet? Going around making challenges to everybody? He thinks he's like the next Roy Underhill. You've seen his channel name is Wood by Wright. He thinks he's Wood Wright. Or Tom Fidgen, the unplugged woodworker. He's not unplugged woodworker, man. He's powerless woodworker. At least Roy Underhill had hair.
What'd you say?
Nothing. How's he do that? So he wants me to make this thing using nothing but hand tools. That means I can't use any power at all. That means no lights. So is this what you wanted, James? Me to work in the dark without any power and use a candle? Like Abraham Lincoln out the shop with a piece of wood and a candle? Doesn't that sound a little bit dangerous? Oh, not again. For this project, I wanted to use walnut and cherry for the plane, so I walked over to my barn where I keep all my lumber. I have a bunch of rough sawn lumber over there stored up, and with rough sawn lumber, sometimes it's hard to tell what kind of grain and figure you have underneath of there. So I made sure to bring back ample supply so I could find the best pieces that I wanted to use for the plane. I start by getting all the pieces planed down smooth, and then I can see the grain and the figure, and I can determine what pieces I want to use for the plane, and then I can mill them up from there. Stuck the pieces that I chose to make the plane in my light box kiln so they could dry out a little bit more before I finished milling them up, but let's just keep that between you and me. I chose walnut for the main body of the plane, so I milled what would be the sole of the plane flat and square, and then I can reference off of that to cut my angle for the back piece that would hold the plane blade. Once I had the triangle portion of the body, the back end cut out and squared up, I could focus on drilling out and mortising out for the hardware kit that was going to go in and that would be adjusting the plane blade. I bought this kit from Veritas, and it's a slow adjuster, and it indexes the blade up and down as you turn the knob. James calls it a newfangled adjustment, but it actually harkens back to the Norris style adjusters that were used over 100 years ago, so it's nothing new. Once I had the back portion of the plane set the way I wanted with the angle and the adjustment put where it needed to be, I could turn my attention to shaping it how I wanted. To cut out the front section of the plane, that would be the nose of the plane, the angle had to be changed a little bit to accept the wedge that would hold the plane blade in place. So I set that up to cut it, and then I could cut out the shape of the front of the plane. For the sides of the plane body, I wanted to use some nice cherry that I found, so I needed to resaw those down into 2 thin panels that would then be cut into the shape of the plane and laminated onto the outside. The sides then laminated in place, I could cut away what would be the mouth of the opening of the plane that would receive the plane blade. It would be milled flat and true with the angle in the back section, but then in the front section it would have an opening that would be carved in a conical shape to help expel the chips easily. Once the mouth opening had been cut away, I could true up the sole to be flat and square and true and at a perfect 90 degrees to the sides of the plane. Then I could test fit everything and put it all together and see how it worked out and get ready to start shaping it.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I know. No power.
You know they make a
Battery.
thing
on.
that doesn't require electricity.
I got it. It's right here. Now,
Batteries still electricity.
get out of my shop. Let me work. Go on.
Yeah.
Get! So using just a hand drill, I could then drill out the hole that would take the brass rod that would be used to leverage the wedge against the plane blade and hold it in place. I chose to use a piece of hickory for the wedge in this plane because of its strength, so I milled it to size and then I carved it to shape and drilled it out to receive a threaded insert that would then receive a thumb screw that would leverage the wedge against the brass rod and the plane blade. With all the mechanical issues of the plane completed, I could turn my attention to shaping the plane to be comfortable in using and then carving it for decoration, just to have some fun with it. I like to use the microplane setup for shaping my wood a lot. It's a really great tool. It's basically a really tough cheese grater insert that gets snapped into a plastic handle, and it just tears through wood and you can shape it really easy. I didn't plan out exactly what was going to be carved on the side of the plane. I just thought it needed something to make it, a little more interesting to look at. So I just went to town and carved away and had some fun with it. So I thought, since we did this project using nothing but hand tools, I would finish it using a time-honored American traditional woodworking finish method. It goes back decades, and it's a really great finish. So let's get to it. Hey. When you make a video about making a plane, you got to show how it cuts at the end, because that's just, the proof is in the pudding. But this plane, I made it to be used as a rabbit plane, even though the blade is not skewed. I funneled the sides of the mouth to get the chips out of there a little easier, and a shoulder plane. So it works kind of double duty. I played with the blade angle, and it turned out nice. It cuts good. So there it is. The proof is in the pudding. Nice wispy shavings. All right, so there it is, man. What do you think?
I think it's pretty darn decent. A little fancy, though.
Fancy? Well, I wanted to be able to fine-tune it and adjust it without having to go hunt down a hammer.
Well, a hammer and a wedge really is traditional. Less things to go bad.
Go bad? This isn't going to go bad. To each his own, man. I like how yours turned out, though. It looks good.
I love the two-tone quality on yours. That's sharp.
Why, thank you. And thanks, everybody, for watching.
And if you want to see either of the builds, click on our faces.
If you like what we're doing, subscribe to see more.
And until next time, have a wonderful day.
Be safe and have fun woodworking. It's not going to go bad.
It might.
Get out of here.
See you around, man.